Hey, you're listening to NUS Radio Pulse, the sound of NUS. I'm Ajay, and welcome to this week's episode, Dawn of the Hypocritical Dead. Pack your bags, folks, and get an extra chunk of brain matter ready, because in today's episode, we'll be tiptoeing along the edge of darkness so that you know we are dead serious about hunting zombies. So, I kind of forgot to bring my iPod to school today, and since I didn't really put any songs in my phone, yeah, I know, genius, right? Didn't put any songs in your phone. The only form of entertainment I had on the train was the semi-classical orchestral wind piece coming somewhere from my left. Wait, standing in front of the doors to my left. Yeah, on my left. So it's this musical orchestra kind of music coming from my left. And surprisingly, it was lovely. It was actually pretty lovely. Very nice. Very sweet piece coming from my left. And it was pretty cool, you know. It's actually hitting a crescendo. It's really hitting its high point, but it's a long train ride, and you know, it's not really my style of music. I mean, it's only for so long you can amuse yourself with the rhythmic flatulence of the other commuters. But it did give me the opportunity to realize that apart from the ensemble, of course, there was the occasional telephone conversation, but apart from these two, the train was really quiet. There were no friends talking and joking loudly, you know, those inconsiderate people who like to come here and let everybody know about this awesome joke they had, which you don't get because you don't understand Mandarin. Those guys, yeah. And there were no gossiping old ladies, no parents beating and yelling at their screaming children, and no children screaming from being beaten and yelled at by their parents. So you see, it was really quiet on the train, you know, it was like even eerie, you could call it eerie. Eerie quiet on the train. Well, you could say there was the occasional rogue trombone, if you know what I mean. But so on the train, listening to my symphony of human magic, and dawn broke, and the first rays of the new day poked through the dusty windows of the train, and I suddenly became aware that I was no longer among the living. Now, this is the part you think I'm going to start talking about zombies and how smartphone users are like zombies because they don't know anything what's going on around them, and you can put bunny ears behind their head and they're completely oblivious to the fact. Not to say that I did that, but it's a happy thought. But no, I'm not talking about those zombies. The title of this piece isn't Attack of the Drooling Dead or Dawn of the Engrossed Dead in cell phones or smartphones or something like that. It's Hypocritical. I'm looking for the hypocrisy of zombies. Now, the focus of this podcast is on zombies of yesteryear. The people who used to be called zombies when I was a kid, but are now considered normal with the new smartphone users coming out. These are the earphone-wearing ghouls that haunt our cabins and our trains. Now, back in the day, when I was a kid, back in the day, like some old guy like that, back in the day. Well, when I was a kid in secondary school, having an MP3 was the single most cool thing you could have. I mean, you didn't need expensive shoes or a pretty bag. You just needed to have an MP3. I mean, you could have your shorts up to your chest, your socks to your thighs. You can even tuck in your shirt to your underpants, all the way down in there. And just putting on your MP3 and walking around like that, you could feel as fly as PSY singing Opa Gangnam Style. It was a beautiful time, you know, before Apple took over with its iPhone. Everybody had a Creative Zen, a cheap MP3. There was a lot of cheap MP3s floating around from all sorts of unknown brands. And a few people have iPods as well. So we blocked out the world around us with our musical devices. We didn't think we were zombies. Our parents did. Teachers especially. Oh, teachers thought we were zombies. That's probably because we never did our homeworks, but still, teachers especially thought we were zombies, and we really didn't think we were zombies. I mean, come on. If you think zombies, you're thinking this slow-moving creature with a limp. They always walked funny. I don't know, every zombie movie, every zombie had to have a leg broken, so they always walked funny. But we on the other hand, we had rhythm, you know? We could move, we could jive. No one had their headphones on and sat perfectly still with their mouth open, drooling. Maybe a little foaming white stuff at the side of your mouth. Nothing like that. Whenever someone put on their headphones, They were always bobbing their head to the beat, moving to the beat, tapping their feet, mouthing the chorus, playing the air guitar solos. Oh, the epic air guitar solos, I still remember those. There's always this one guy on the train thinking he's Eric Clapton, playing a solo every time, standing at the side, pretending no one can see him, hoping people see him but pretending no one is seeing him, and playing his solo out. And of course, you also have the drummers. These drummers who like moving their hands and their feet, pretending they have a drum machine right in front of them. We had rhythm, and there's nothing dead about us. But then along came Apple and its plague of iPhones. Then other phone brands started joining in. Samsung, HTC, everybody had a smartphone now, and everybody were turning into the new breed of zombies. And what happened to the zombies of yesteryear? Many converted. It was hip, they could still listen to music, now they had an added benefit. Something to watch as well. So, the numbers of the zombies of yesteryear were dwindling, and dwindling fast. The few remaining are the subject we're looking at. Now, these are the guys who, you hear them almost every day, bemoaning, people are becoming zombies. They're so engrossed in their phones, they don't see the beauty of nature around them. They don't see the trees, they don't see the birds, they don't see the skies. Hello, my friend, have you heard the birds chirping? Or are you too busy listening to Taylor Swift's new album? I mean, seriously, these are the guys with headphones on, listening to music, blocking out the world around them, complaining about the other guys who are doing the same thing, but not looking at the world around them. These are the hypocrites I'm talking about. Now, they always argue, smartphone users are the real zombies. We are not zombies. Smartphone users are the real zombies. They're plugged in and they look at their phones. So they blocked out two of their senses. We only blocked out one. We only blocked out our hearing. They blocked out two. Sight and hearing, two organs, 1 and 2. We only have one. They got 2. I mean, seriously? Really? Is this what it really comes down to? Arithmetic? Do we find out, at long last, that zombies are defined by their level of sensory deficiencies? Is that all there is to it? I'm using more senses than you are, therefore I'm less of a zombie? You're blocking out 3 of your senses, so, don't look now, zombie. Kind of makes you wonder where Helen Keller fits in all of this. That'd probably make a really good movie. Helen Keller, Zombie Queen of America. Or something like that. But coming back to our hypocritical zombie, they're just another example of how the newer generations always seem to be kind of a disappointment to the ones that pass. And I think it would be really cool to see who will start complaining as zombies and bemoaning as zombies when we get older. I mean, see how many sense organs it takes to consider them as zombies, huh? And hey, maybe it's really just simple math. Maybe it's just all the I got more senses used than you, therefore zombie. But till then, I'm stuck with the zombies of yesteryear while listening to the Great Human Symphony every time I forget my iPod. This is Ajay, and you've been listening to Dawn of the Hypocritical Dead on NUS Radio Pulse, the sound of NUS.